I'm here with Trevor from Vielo, and today we're checking out the brand new Vielo V+1. There it is. Done. That was a short video, that was easy.
Well, miss, I guess I'll be on my way now. You just give me a...
So this is my V+1 Race Edition, which is my new bike and is also the world's first one-by only and wireless only gravel bike. So V+1 Race Edition we launched at the CADE Classic this year, and it's the next generation of our gravel bike. We launched Vielo in 2018 and our first bike was a gravel bike, and at the time, at 2018, the gravel sector was really new and growing, and we were calling it Road Plus rather than gravel as such, because gravel was a really American term. And we wanted a bike that was as versatile on the road as off the road. So if you look at gravel as a spectrum these days, it's, it's splintered into so many different versions. You've got like the adventure, backpacking, touring, go out as far as you can and carry everything with you type bikes. And then on the other extreme, you've got those that lean closer to road, that are light, fast, comfortable, mega endurance, go anywhere bikes. So we lean on the racy, fast, comfortable, lightweight side of the gravel spectrum. We had a lot of changes from the first generation to the second generation bikes in 2019. We had to go to a new factory, we had to open new molds for the frame sets, which is a huge investment. We changed the frames from a post mount to flat mount braking system.
How much does it cost to open a mold for a frame set?
It's a lot of money. I wouldn't want to put a number on it because it would frighten people, but it is a biblical amount of money. When you're launching a brand, you've got a concept, you've got something that you're designing, it's something you believe in, and you have to put a huge investment on the upfront, and you don't see anything back for such a long time. And we are self-funded, it's private, private company, myself and my dad, so it is a huge amount of commitment when you've got a concept to actually open the mold for the first frame size, to actually get through prototyping, go through all the safety standard tests, and then come out with something that's a rideable sample.
This is probably a really stupid question. Different molds for different size frames, you have to open a separate one for every single size you want to do.
They're not entirely every frame size, so you can share certain tubes to certain sizes. So like the rear triangle and an extra small and small are shared. When we say shared, it's our own brand.
Oh yeah, not shared with Specialized.
No. But they share sometimes between sizes. So when we open the mold, we go medium, large, small, extra small, and that's just the way that the tubes are open. The molds are started. So from the first generation we launched in 2018 to the version of the gravel bike we launched in 2021, the second generation bike has a slightly different geometry. It's tweaked ever so slightly. We've moved to a wider tyre clearance. So the clearance on this one, 700C, we can run a 50mm tyre. The frame set is also entirely based around one by. So the benefits of engineering this frame exclusively for one by, same way that we took the road frame set, is it allows us a lot more freedom in terms of the frame design, the engineering and the benefits. If you really fully commit to something, you can make massive gains in it. So we can have really wide chainstays because we're not accommodating an inner chainring or a front mech. We can get so much more tyre clearance and maintain symmetry in the chainstay design, which makes the frame set so much stronger and stiffer through that area, but also allows us a little bit more comfort in things like the seat stays. So the radius on the seat stays follows the same sort of shape as our first generation bike, but the dropout area is a lot tighter and a lot smaller. We don't have like that dogleg style that we used to have on the old frame set. 2020, the version, sorry, not 2020. I don't know what year it is. 2021's V+1 range comes in two versions. The what we call Alto is the lightest 880 gram frame, and the Strato version. This year we launched this Race Edition version. So in the same way that we thought with the road frame set, if you're gonna make a bike with a wireless group set and you're gonna build it with a wireless group set, why not make it fully wireless? No cable port holes on it at all, no external cables, no blanking plugs, just really, really clean, completely sealed except for the exits for the brake hoses. So we have a completely different mold for this fork compared to the other forks, where the cable runs in through the steerer and then out through the fork leg. Frame set itself, again through the rear, there is no shift cable holes at all on the frame, so it's exclusively for SRAM's Access group sets or the Explore range. We actually had this frame designed for over 18 months, but we were waiting on our delivery of Explore group sets from SRAM, which would perfectly complement this bike. We traditionally stick to quite pastel colours on the gravel side of things, lots of understated graphics, not too shouty and in your face. But with this one, we wanted something that was a little bit brighter and a bit louder. From afar, it looks like a transition from bright pink to bright orange on the front, but as you get closer to it, you can see that the details on it are exploded V plus and 1 logos that go from a solid transition to the front and explode out. They're all actually hand laid onto the frame. This one being mine and the show bike that we used for Sea Otter, I've put the red Explore rear mech on it in cassette, and I've paired this one with a 42 tooth chainring on the front and SRAM red carbon crank arms. We do our Vielo chainrings in 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, and they are a direct mount fitting to SRAM's direct mount crank arms. The benefit of that is it keeps the clearance super tight to the frame set while maintaining the chain line perfectly for what SRAM dictate. Wheels and tyres, I've got Zip 303 Firecrest wheels. They're just a perfect combination for the riding around here with WTB Riddlers, which are a 45 by 700. You can fit a 50mm tyre on a 650B as well, but we tend to not spec many of those now.
I'm on 45s as well. I think they're plenty. Yeah. Plenty. We don't need wider unless you're mountain biking, like.
No, I mean, mega. Clearance for 50, but yeah, 45 is generally where we spec. I mean, they're plenty fast enough, there's plenty width on it, to be honest with you. We do a 3D printed out front mount, computer mount, which is a modular system. Mine is a little bit different in that being 3D printed, I've actually had my initials embossed into it as well, so it's my bike.
Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry. Yeah, same.
Big fan.
Yeah, massive fan of Thierry Henry. I've also changed the brakes on this one. So we're currently trying Hope's RX4 Plus 4-pot calipers, which are incredibly strong. They are superb. And you can see on the front inside of the fork, we've got a few little details like we have a stainless steel scratch guard mount on the fork and also on the chainstay on the non-drive side. So when you're changing the wheel, it's so easy to clip the frame and take the paint off the frame with the disc from the rotor. Having those little plates on just protects that a little bit and it stops anything catching and taking that off. We wanted everything to be as black on the drivetrain and on the finishing kit as possible so that the frame silhouette pops out more. Bottle cages, I'm running my favourite lightweight Edel Helfer bottle cage, which is a super lightweight, it's like 29 gram bottle cage.
29,000 pounds.
29,000 pounds-ish. I only run a single bottle cage, especially for today. So there are 3 holes on the down tube. You can run, depending on where you're running the bottle cage. So mine is a single, so I've got it lower in that position, and it means the bottle is at a lower centre of gravity. If you're running 2 bottles, you just move the cage up and then run the other one on the seat tube. There's also mounts on the top tube for a bento box or storage box, and there's another 2 on the underside of the down tube, so if you were carrying a tool keg or a storage, or even more water if you wanted to do that with a sealed unit. Finishing touch, last little bit. So on the red version of this bike, it comes with our own through axles that are not the standard versions. These are actually a carbon fibre through axle. So weight saving wise, you're saving 25–30%. But do all the stuff at cafe and pull out your full carbon axles. They are super cool. They are very, very light.
You're very good at talking about bikes, Trevor. I reckon we've got a solid 8 minutes there. If you would like to know more about the new V+1, there'll be a link in the description down below. And if you would like to check out the previous episode that I did with Trevor, I'll also put that in the description somewhere. You can click it.
And it was a lot colder and a lot windier. It was properly cold.
And more seagulls.
We haven't had coffee yet though.
We haven't, have we?
No, we haven't had coffee.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.